What's up, Tyler? Making some horns and teeth today. Hello. Going to be making some horns and teeth on this mask today. Starting off with the horns first. That one's a little quicker, I think, overall. So I'm just starting out with the base shape at the bottom here, so I can start coming up. Start forming the shape of the horn. Hello. There you go. So yeah, like when I first start doing this, the plastic's very bendable when you have just these thin shapes and it's warm still. So you just kind of make it really loose. And I think it's gonna come out like this way actually, so yeah, something like this. And can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, so I'm just making a couple pieces right here so I can get them in shape and bend like this. Okay. Cool. Okay. Just getting the basic shapes right here, just making sure I get the right curve that I want. Yeah, I think I want something like this right here, okay. So once I get enough lines to get the curve down, I just start kind of thickening it up by layering it on top of itself right here, like just drawing on top of it basically. So that way it makes it thicker and it's harder to bend the shape. It'll hold its own form after that. The 3D pen, if you're asking how much it is to buy, it's like, what's it called? It's about $100 for the pen. For the plastic, it's $20, roughly, depending where you get it. Right now, they're sold out pretty much everywhere, at least the brand that I get, Hatchbox. So I'm very glad that I have a brand new roll right here. And also, I bought an extra roll that I just have lying around. So luckily, I've been stocked for a little bit, but I hope they stock back up soon. Yeah, like for the amount of people, I usually get like anywhere from like 7 to 12 at a time, or at least from I only did one of the streams so far. I got like 7 to 12 at a time, but got a lot of people popping in and out. Like I think I got like 200 people popping in and out last time, or 250 at least from TikTok specifically. Yes, my username is Mango Quaffer. Yes, love it. Thank you. Gleason. Not specifically, but I will remember your name more and more as I see it. Very bad with names. Yeah, let me know if you guys have questions and stuff like that. So I can adjust things as I go. Like it was kind of like this a second ago. I can just kind of bend it to the spot I want it, and I just add more plastic, and that helps it retain the shape because I'm bending it, adding more plastic. That makes sure it solidifies into the spot that I want it. But you have to make sure to add enough, otherwise it's going to go back in the same spot. How long does it usually take me to make my masks? If I'm working on them straight all at once and have full days to work on them, they'll take anywhere from 3 to 4 days. But I haven't really had time to work on them just straight for a while. Like that was the first couple masks I did. But yeah, if I just am doing nothing but making masks, it'd take 3 to 4 days each. Otherwise, it kind of just depends on what I'm doing and how tired or busy I am from doing other projects. You know, kind of affects the whole flow of things. Okay, so yeah, that's the kind of shape that I want. Now I can bring this. Hello on Instagram there. So right now I'm doing the bottom of the horn. I just did the top, that's the thick part, and I'm making sure I get the right width that I want here at the bottom. Thank you, Love Anime on Instagram. Okay, this is just about it for the bottom. Okay, I got that. Let's see. Keep a little more. Make sure it's plugged in right. Okay. Let me know if you guys have questions. Alright, and for the sides. So once I get all the sides done, it's just about making sure the shape is exactly where you want it, and then you get the overall, you start making curves, so then you can start filling stuff in. That's about right there. Just thicken this a little bit so it really holds its shape. Hello on Instagram. Let me know if anybody popping in has any questions or anything. We're making some horns and teeth today on this mask. Hello, you Preston on Instagram. Okay, that side, and the final side are here. Okay, so that's about right. Oops. Yeah, and it's got to thicken this up. Make sure it retains its shape. Oops. Things falling everywhere. One second, getting all tangled up over here. Yeah, okay. Detangle myself. Okay. Got this plastic all over, tangled everywhere. Gotta make sure not to get messy here. Okay. Hello everyone that just popped in. Oh, you might be getting one on your birthday? Yeah, let me know. Since you're on Instagram, you can just message me if you want something custom. Or if you want something, one of the previous designs I made, you can just order it on my website and just specify on there. But either way, if you message me, that'd be better. So that way I don't have to pay for the fees and stuff for selling it online. Just Venmo or something. You see it so far? Yeah, I got this so far. It's based off of the beak face mask, if you've seen that one before, but it's not going to be a beak face. It's going to be something like this one. Right here. It's going to have lots of teeth and horns. Yeah, let me move this down a little bit more so you can see that better. There you go. Okay. Oh shit, my thing unplugged. 1 second. There you go. Thank you. 1 second, pen's just warming back up because we got unplugged. There you go. And it's back. I just got a 3D printer the other day. I'm gonna go. I live in LA. I'm gonna go to the Bay Area first. And once I get back, I'm gonna start setting that up to get more even complicated stuff being made, because I'll have more time to make it if I have if I start using the 3D printer. We'll see how that goes. I haven't tried it out at all. It's still in the box. Whenever I get new things, I definitely like to spend a lot of time playing around with them and learning everything I can about it. So I decided not to touch it until I'm able to actually play around with the 3D printer, because I know I'm gonna spend a lot of time with the first couple of days trying it out. Again, one last point right here, because it's kind of empty here. What's up? For anybody who's on Instagram, the guy making the mask for is here. Venom Spitter. Okay. So this is just about done here. And then we're going to start making it round. Now that we have the shape here. In a second. Just got to finish sticking it up. Okay, that's about right. Just a little bit right here. Yeah, of course. Thanks for ordering the mask, man. Hello, people popping in. Okay, so we have made this horn here, and now, one second. I'm looking at it from there. I need to widen this part a little bit. I can still adjust things once I have everything in place, but it's good to kind of get the foundations kind of solid. Make this a little bit. Stop finding me plastic. Okay, that is. Let me just fix this really quick. It's getting all tangled. I don't know if you guys on TikTok can see the widescreen part of it, but I have this thing, like some people put these things on little reels, but I use a mic stand, and mic stands are good for just about literally everything, for microphones, for tripods for your iPhone. You can connect things to it. You can use it for anything. Come on, plug this. Cool. Okay, now we are not tangled anymore. Cool. But yeah, for those of you who can't see it, this is how I have everything connected, so it can just roll on its own. Cool. Okay, it's taking a second to warm up. Yeah, so how these pens work, for those of you that are curious, they go up to a certain temperature depending on what type of plastic you use. In this case, I use ABS. It needs at least like 230 degrees Celsius, and then it's able to melt the plastic, and that's how it makes all these shapes and stuff. It's like you can do this, make a shape, bend it, stay in the air, and yeah. Alright, so now that we have the shape of this horn, it's very rough, very basic. We're gonna start rounding it, and how you do that is you just get a piece and just start going in circles, and then just kind of wrapping around it. Oops, that was a little too far on that one. There we go. And you're kind of just making a bunch of diagonal, or not diagonal, just a bunch of lines to make it kind of round. Like it's straight depending on how many lines you make, but you can, the only thing that really matters is when you fill it. So as long as you have it detailed enough, it doesn't need to be actually like super round until you fill it. Yeah, so that's about right there. Let's see how quick that is. Yeah, it's like the only quick part about this thing. Making these masks take forever. You should... Not sure what you were saying there. Love anime on Instagram. Should X with ZHC. Not sure what you mean, but feel free to elaborate. Alright, so yeah, once you get all that ready, so you can see right there, like I just made all those lines across, you just kind of start filling in. I'm just going to start filling it in just so you guys can see kind of how it works. But filling it in is probably the most boring, repetitive part. So I'm not going to do that for too long. I'm going to turn on this air conditioner because I'm in LA. It is very, very hot here. And this pen works with heat, so that is not helping one bit, keeping me cool here. Yes, whoa, Paige. Thank you. Yeah, so how the layering works to make that, like how all this here is all solid basically. You just basically just draw on top of it. So if you're just making layers and layers and layers and layers and thousands of layers, because it takes forever and there's a lot of layers. And kind of just drawing. I mean, you see I've been doing this for about like 20 seconds so far, and I've only gone this far. Like, these things are pretty slow. But we're just gonna do this part just like maybe like up to here so you guys can kind of see how it progresses. Um, but yeah, like the most fun part about making the maps is the whole like layout part of it, but because that's more the creative side where you're kind of making up shapes and stuff. And then this part is actually brings those shapes and those ideas into more of a solid form. And love anime. If you're talking about a specific user, I am not actually sure who that is. Send the profile to me later if you can remember after the live stream, and I'll check it out. There you go. Okay, so on this design, we're gonna like have a couple of spikes and stuff right here, like on the middle, on the sides, on the inside, to go like some side spikes. So I don't know if we're gonna do it. Maybe I should just move on to the teeth for now, just because it's a little more interesting than watching me try to fill this thing for an hour. So, let me see what time it is. How much time we got? 44 minutes. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna try to add some teeth. Didn't quite plan this part out other than how it looks, so we're just gonna kind of do this. So this part is really thin right now, so I'm gonna kind of add teeth like this one, but a little smaller. They're gonna be smaller, and they're gonna be going this way, so it can kind of look like this right here, where they kind of go down and up and forward. They're going to be going towards the front of the mask. The way you spelt. So I was reading some of the comments. I'm on both Instagram and TikTok, so I'm kind of checking both. It's all on one screen, though, fortunately. Okay, so let's try to add some teeth back here, I guess. And for those of you just joining in, we're making a mask here. We're making some horns and teeth today. We're just doing the kind of layout just so you can kind of see how it works. Some of you already saw how that horn was made. You just kind of make general shapes, and then you just kind of wrap things around. And now we're gonna do teeth, which is sort of similar, but they're a lot smaller, so you can go away with just kind of going for the shape, which I'll show you in a second. Excuse me. How much are they? My mask right here, I make humanoid masks for $250, and ones like this, if it's an extended face mask, I do these for $300. And if it has horns and stuff like that, it kind of depends on what you want. So basically, if you want a mask, just message me either on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever you can find. Email's fine too. To kind of see what kind of design you want, and I can go ahead and make whatever you want, literally. Yeah, these things are handmade, take a while, but they're pretty durable though. You can literally drop this, and it's perfectly fine. Nothing happens to it. Like, you try to smash it and break it, yeah, it'll break like anything, but, like, if you accidentally drop these things, they'll last just fine. Just don't do it on purpose. Like I just did. Oh yeah, the most expensive mask I made so far is a dragon mask, which I can actually show you guys on here if you guys didn't already see it on my TikTok or Instagram. Let me see. Right. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. The dragon mask I made. Yeah, there we go. That was the most complicated one. It has like some super detailed scales. Let me see. Yeah, I did like do these scales and stuff individually. You can kind of see them there. It's kind of glary, but yeah, that one took a while. I mean, that one I was working on and off, so I don't even know how long that one took, honestly. Alright, so right now I'm kind of making the shape of the gums, or I'm kind of making an oval, so kind of like how these are, like this. So I'm gonna kind of do here. So we're gonna make that kind of triangle shape. Like how you see these coming up like a triangle. I'm gonna do that to the top of these. Right here. It's all about just making basic shapes and just kind of making it look good. And this part, since it's not that thick, I can just literally just fill it in. The more you fill in like this, the heavier it's gonna be. In this case, these are really small pieces. Like the horn, I made a skeleton because if I filled that in, it would start getting heavy, not really fast, but this thing's gonna be on your face. You know, you want it as light as possible. And my masks are pretty light because of the way that I make them. So it's definitely one thing to keep in mind if you're gonna make masks in general. Just try to keep them light. You know, you want to be able to do whatever you want. My masks are really good. You can hang upside down with them. They don't fall off or anything. I want one so bad. Yeah, you can get one if you want. Either message me, TikTok, Instagram, or just go ahead and buy it on my website. I prefer if you message me so we can avoid some online fees if you end up buying one, but whatever works for you. If you just buy it on the website, that's just fine with me. Okay, let's see, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, definitely everybody that has gone masks have been super happy with them. It's just because it looks cool on pictures and video and stuff, but like once you hold these things, it's just like, oh my god, this actually exists. This is like the craziest thing. Okay, so let's just try this out. I'm kind of just winging it on the teeth here. Just make it a little bit wider. Let me know if you guys have questions. Okay, so we're gonna start with making actual teeth now. So let's start from the center. This is the literal center. This is gonna be the core. Just the basic shape guidelines. I'm not actually sure how big this is gonna be, so I'm just gonna kind of rough out something here and check with my other mask where exactly we're looking at. That might be a little too big, but whatever. We'll see in a second. So, yeah, I'm just kind of making shapes here. I'm just laying on top of itself. It looks like I'm just like kind of just going at it willy-nilly, but it's just because I'm so used to the pen about how to get the shapes. But you have to really control how you get those curves and stuff. Like I use my fingers a lot of times if I need to, but this stuff is hot. So you want to kind of avoid that if you can, but it's not that bad. Like you can touch it. 1 second, it's starting to get tangled again. It gets really tangled easily when you have a fresh roll, like I started with today. There we go. Unplug that, replug it here, and we're good. Okay. Hello, people popping in. Okay, so I got this. Alright, I think that is definitely a little too big. So we gotta shrink this down a bit. I'm just gonna kind of bend it with my hands, just to make it smaller. There you go. So I'm literally just smashing it with my fingers right now. And then I hold it down to itself by just adding more plastic and just melding it together by melting it. Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, that looks about right there. So, just about right there. I can probably go a little wider, actually. I'm gonna look at one of my other examples I've made. Okay. So I'm just gonna go a little bit wider on this. I don't know if you guys have questions. We're working on teeth and horns today. So we're making this tooth wider. We don't want to make it taller, so I'm just kind of adding stuff to the front here. Kind of making it flat right now, just so I can get the 2D visualization of it. It's going to be more round, but I just want to get the shape of it. This is my kind of first tooth that I'm making for this mask, so I want to make sure I got the right shapes going on. Okay, there you go. And just so you guys can see how that looks, the mask so far, I'm going to try that one on. Okay. Let me see. So you guys can see. Oh, where's the other strap for this? So I got this one right here. For my masks, you have to put on the bottom strap first. And for those of you curious how these work, it's, of course, two pieces, as you can see. And you put one strap through the bottom here. So, like, you just have little slits right there that you add to the sides. So then you can put a strap through there. And there you go. Put one through one side. And put it through the other side. And then while I'm making the mask, I make sure that I just tie them, because this is working with heat, all these tools. So you want to make sure to keep everything flexible, so you don't want to have sewed or glued on anything. So you just kind of put this on your chin. I'm putting on the crown of my forehead, like the flat part of your head. Oops. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Right there. Okay. There you go. Yeah, so I got this tooth right here. Actually, that is right about the right shape, because I wanted a little bit of gap here, which there is. And so I just got to kind of adjust this so it's going to be like this. And the teeth are going to line all along here. All that gap right there is going to be full of teeth. Yeah, and there's no clack right now, because I knew that I needed to add a gap for all those teeth. So that's about right for the shape. Right there, that's what we're going to do. And just gonna put my mask back on for the fun of it. I make these things so you can keep your own hairstyle too. So you just kind of pull your hair through all these straps and stuff like that. Bottom mask, top mask, and done. Okay, so we're gonna heat this pen back up. I like this pen because it turns off every 30 seconds if you don't use it. I thought that would be an annoying feature, but it's actually pretty good because you know it's heat. If you leave anything heated for too long, you know it's gonna start messing with things. So it's actually pretty good that it turns itself off. It's kind of annoying that you have to wait a minute sometimes for it to turn heat back up, but I think it's good in the long run that your pen is still working because it's able to rest. Okay, so we're just gonna fill this in a little bit, just make sure we get the actual look of the width and everything that we want. And I'm just kind of filling it in, just drawing into itself here. I'm just gonna kind of watch from the camera. And let me know if you guys have questions. Anybody here right now popping in? Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty solid. But now I just do the inside. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to... Oh, there you go. That's a good angle. Kind of. Okay, so... Start from the top. And... And I'm kind of moving quickly kind of thing, so then the layers can be really thin. And what's it called? I figure that helps bond it together more because it's like if it's thin, every time you're heating the layer, every time you're heating the plastic again, when you pass through it, it's thin, so it's gonna melt that and bond it to the part under it and below it. There you go. Under and it below it. So I feel like working fast and thin helps everything bond together better. I am not sure. That is just a complete assumption, but to me it makes sense that it would melt together and bond better if you're working thin. And I actually watched the video because I got a 3D printer, and it was kind of saying something like that when it comes to 3D printers, so I assume that I'm right, because 3D printer people are saying something along similar lines, so. Except for 3D printers, that's a bad thing that you work thin, because it's the shapes will deform more. But in the case of a 3D pen, since you're kind of going for a raw, not perfect look, you know, because you're sculpting it by hand, it's kind of good that you have that flexibility to deform the shapes and stuff, because you're going to be deforming everything a lot while you're doing it by hand, as opposed to if you have a printer, it's supposed to be really precise. Alright, so that first tooth is done. We're going to make these gums a little thicker here. I kind of want to make them like these, where it kind of comes up, so we're going to do that. I'm going to make a little triangle here. I like making lots of triangular spiky shapes with my artwork, so put that everywhere I can. Hello, Ray. My name is Eiffel. Thanks for coming by the stream again. Yeah, we're making adding more to that mask from last time. This is that same mask. I went ahead and filled it in. I didn't really show all that. I just did the skeleton last time. Filling in is like the most boring part, so unless you're doing stuff that's small like this, then it's pretty entertaining. But like I don't think it's very fun. I didn't think it would be very fun to show filling in all of this because it takes a long time. Pretty much takes a full day for something that you kind of already see how it's turning out. Way more interesting to do it for stuff like this, or I have to kind of think on the fly. Okay, so we're almost there. Add some more right here, more gums. Hello, Mimi on Instagram. Yeah, I know you guys joining now from TikTok and Instagram and stuff. We're making a mask. We're doing horns and teeth. We kind of already did the horn. I don't want to bore you guys with just all the filling in. For those of you that didn't see, it's just kind of like layering it and layering it endlessly to get the shape. How I got all this, all these lines, I kind of just went ahead and did stuff like this, where I just make it stand up, make a shape, and then make that shape thicker like this. So you guys can kind of see a summary of what we did already. And then for doing all this wiring and webbing around the horn, I just kind of stick some to the top there and just go around like this and just get everything around those shapes, and it kind of makes everything circular and gives me an easier time to fill in things depending on what you're doing. Sometimes they're a little loose like these right here, and you kind of want to just go over it and melt it down so it stays in place. But yeah, that's how that worked earlier. Yeah, hello. It's Harley is asking how old am I. I believe I'm 26 now, if I remember correctly. I think that is correct. I lose track a lot of times, but yes, I believe I'm 26. Looks about 20. Well, it's probably because I'm wearing the mask. People don't usually think I look young. They think I look older, but thank you. Yeah, I usually get people telling me I look like 5 years older than I am, depending what age I am. Mostly because of my beard and mustache, I feel like. Well, whatever. Okay, so we're going to make the second tooth now. So you just start off with the center. You just kind of get that basic shape there. Just hold it until it cools. So the reason why you're able to get these shapes is because it, thank you, Mimi. You're able to get these shapes because it's warm and you're able to bend them. So once it's cool like that, you see, it retains its shape. So it's fine. Obviously, it's not that strong when it's just like this. So you want to start adding stuff to help reinforce it. There you go. So you just kind of make that basic shape that you're after and don't completely mess it up like that. And you guys can see it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I mean, it's all loose and warm, so you can kind of just go like that and just bend it with your fingers. It's all hot, so you're gonna be careful if you're doing this yourself. I would recommend gloves. People have told me to wear gloves. I am stubborn and I like burning my fingers off, so I don't really burn my fingers off. I'm just really used to the amount of heat and how much time I have to actually touch it before it starts burning. So that's why I don't use gloves. It's probably a lot smarter to use gloves, but I don't like doing smart things. I like doing things that are fun and not smart. And for those of you that are wondering why I may or may not be talking to more than it seems like I'm talking to on whatever platform, I'm streaming on multiple platforms. So that's why I'm talking to people that you may not see in the chat, or some of you are on there alone on the specific platform. But you're all here, all watching and enjoying these lovely, lovely teeth that we're making. And let me know if you guys have questions, anyone popping in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay, that is good. Now just the inside part. I'm just kind of drawing it, layering it to get to about where the edge is, which is right about there. Letting it cool for a second, starting from here so it can cool while I'm doing stuff. And just kind of loosely just making the tooth right there, bending with my finger. And there you go, you got that. And then you start thickening it. Just draw it on top of itself and layer it. Like that. And then you layer it even more. Just kind of squiggle your pen around. So it layers and layers and layers forever and ever. These things take a long time. I like making them though, but they just take forever. There we go. Okay, cool. Hello, Matthew. Yes, Mimi, I do sell these masks. You can either, one second, got something in here. You can either message me if you want a custom mask, or you can buy them straight on my website. I prefer the messaging just because if we message, then I can do through Venmo or PayPal and stuff and avoid some of the online fees. But whatever works for you, you know. If you want to buy it online and that's quicker for you, then do that. But yeah. And I sell humanoid ones like mine. I sell these for $250, humanoid ones. Ones like this, like just the extended face part, I sell for $300. If you add stuff like horns or like some kind of cool extra texture type stuff, it just kind of depends what you get. We'll just we discuss it before you actually like if you get it online, you just kind of pay like whichever one you think you want, and then if you go over kind of thing, I'll let you know how much more it's gonna be, and then we just kind of, you know, do whatever about that. Yeah, so I've got the tooth right here, so I can kind of just go like this. Same thing I do for the horn. Just get that basic webbing. I think it's a little too thick, just a little bit. So that's fine. You know what? We can just start from the top. Actually, so you guys can see, I have the heat gun here. And what this does, hello, Jordan. What this does is that it lets you bend things. It melts the entire section that you're working on, and it'll let you bend the shape. So I need to make this tooth a little bit smaller because I want a little too big. So we're just gonna kind of heat this up. And right now it's really thin, like only skeleton, so it should be easy. There you go. Alright. So you see how like that just wiggles now? Like this one you can't wiggle because I didn't heat it. This one you can. So I'm just going to make that a little smaller, just a little bit. And that is right there. That is exactly what I want. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I love working with this stuff because it's like really easy to just fix things, but it's still solid and firm, not like a lot of people most people use clay to make masks, or like what is it, latex and like stuff like foil and newspaper, like depending on what you're doing, like you'll use different stuff. But I really like this. It's harder to, like, once you get stuff really thick like this part, it's a little harder to morph stuff. But if I really wanted to, like, I could still make this shorter or wider. I just have to heat it and like add stuff and tear stuff apart a little bit. But as far as small changes and like stuff like these eyebrows right here on my mask. They were just straight up circles before. I used the heat gun and I had to push them with my hands. That hurt a lot. I have to use like gloves or something for that one. Definitely, that's definitely a must use gloves for that. If you're gonna use a heat gun and you move like major pieces like these eyebrows, like you definitely want to use gloves on that. Yeah, let me know if you guys have questions stuff. Oh, how long did the longest mask to make take? The longest one I worked on was this mask. I showed some of you guys on here already. The dragon mask. That one took the longest. Come on, there you go. That one, I don't know how long I worked on that for. That was a while. Because the past couple masks I made, I haven't been able to work on them for days straight. When I work on them straight, they only take 3 to 4 days to make. But I haven't been able to work on them straight for a while, so they take a little longer when I don't work on them all at once. That one, I was working on it for like about a month, but that was like just hours at a time, not like full days like I usually like to. But yeah, that one took a while. I don't really know how long I would say it actually took, honestly. Well, it was definitely the longest one. There's scales, lots of horns, like just and like teeth, everything you can think of. Hello, everyone just joining in. I'm making teeth and horns on this mask today. Right here, we already did that horn, and we're doing some small teeth along the sides here. Oh, they're kind of small. I consider these small. These are like medium size right here. They're pretty big, but they could be bigger if I wanted to do something crazy. The next mask I'm doing after this, it's going to be a humanoid mask, and it's going to have like second layers of teeth on it. I will probably I will probably be live streaming some of that. One second, I got tangled up here again. Here we go. Just gotta roll this up, untangle it. Sometimes when I work on a fresh roll, these things will get really tangled really easily. Let me see, 80. I think that the live stream is actually about to probably kick me off in about 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure, because I'm streaming to Instagram. So if that happens, I will start another stream. I'm probably going to be helping. Actually, I'm probably not going to start another stream, because I'm actually going to be doing something after this. I'm going to be doing like a video shoot probably. So here you go. So here, let's just move on to doing something else on here for the last like 3 minutes or so. Yes, do I paint it? Yeah, this one, I don't paint it until it's done, obviously. But yeah, like I use paints and stuff. I use Golden paints. The brand Golden. It's acrylic paint. And then for the finish, I use this thing called polyurethane. I can go grab it really quick. It's right over there. Here you go. So this stuff right here, this is what another mask maker recommended me. I got it online because apparently in stores you can't get oil-based finish on here. Oh, there you go. It's fast-drying polyurethane by Mini Wax. Clear satin. It brings the colors out a lot. I love it. Like airbrush or painting. I just do acrylic. And yeah, actually, yeah. For the last like 3 more minutes, yeah, I'll just answer your guys' questions that you have. Because I'm not gonna be able to go too much further on this. But yeah, I really want to get into airbrushing. My last mask that I made, I don't know if you saw that one, the horned beak face, the yellow, blue, and red one. I feel like that one is the paint job came out pretty good. I was happy with it, but I feel like it would have came out even better if I would have airbrushed, because I was trying to get like a sunburst look, like from here to here. I didn't quite achieve that. I got a little bit of it, but not exactly what I was going for. I still managed to make it look good, but not what I originally was planning for. So here's like that tooth again. Um, how long does it take to finish the green line to make the mask? If you're talking about just by the green line, you mean the layout in general, like all this stuff? Um, yeah, that stuff, it takes about 3 to 4 days. The painting I don't really count with the days because like that literally just takes like an hour or less usually. So I don't really count that with the time because it's mostly just painting it for an hour and then just waiting for stuff to dry is pretty much it. Um, but yeah, that's yeah, it doesn't take that long at all to paint the masks. Or yeah, the green line is what the layout and stuff like this. This is what takes the longest. The after like I'm done with this, like how I get it smooth, like you see how this mask, this texture is all of this right here. I use this the natural 3D pen texture, and then this, like the teeth, I smooth that with a wood burning tool. So I basically just go like this and make it smooth, so you get that smooth texture. And I usually do that for all my masks, unless it has like some kind of decayed look, like this. Yeah, 3 to 4 days for a mask. If I work on them like all day though, like I haven't been able to do that for a minute because I've been doing a lot of animation stuff. Yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing any other stuff, I do a lot more things on Instagram. If you're interested on following me on there, I don't post as much as I'd like to on TikTok. Just because like the content has to be a little bit longer, you know, it's like you can't just like throw a random. I mean, you could, but like since my page is a little bit bigger than I'm used to, I'm trying to make sure that I have quality content on here instead of just like random stuff like I put on Instagram. I like have a closer following on Instagram, so I just kind of post whatever I want on there. If you're more interested in seeing more in-depth kind of stuff that I do, go give me a follow on there. It's the same exact username, Mango Claffer. I also have like a YouTube that I'm starting to put these live streams on. If you end up missing one, I have the last one that you can check out on there. And then if you guys feel like supporting me in any way, I do have a Patreon that is on my website, mangoclaffer.com. And yeah, I'll even put that in the chat. Like all my stuff is on there. mangoclaffer.com. There you go. Yeah, but that has my animation projects that I've done, link to my Patreon so you can support, and links to my other social channels. I pretty much just have TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But yeah, subscribe to me on YouTube so I can lock in my username on there. I have like 63 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 100. I've been getting some from the last live stream and hopefully from this one if you guys follow on there. But yeah, it looks like this live stream's probably about to end right now because Instagram's going to kick me off of both TikTok and Instagram because I'm doing multi-platform thing, and I do have something to do. So, yeah,